Hey, it's Joe, and I've got some great insight for you today. Would you like to take a peek behind the curtain of the male mind? Remember the Wizard of Oz, where they peel back the curtain and they realize that the all and mighty and powerful wizard really wasn't that at all. Well, I'm going to give you a glimpse into how the male mind works for a lot of the boys out there. So I'm going to give you a little scenario, and I want to see what you want to do, and I'll explain exactly what's going on behind the curtain. So let's say you haven't been in a relationship in a while. Okay, prospects haven't been good. A little bit of a slump, and then all of a sudden, an ex calls you, pretty much out of the blue, and things didn't really end well with this ex. And now that you're out of the relationship, you realize that it really wasn't the ideal relationship that you thought it was. Yes, it had some good points, good qualities, but you realize that he simply wasn't the right guy for you. And then all of a sudden, he calls you, or actually he texts you, okay, inviting you over for dinner. What do you do? So the first question you need to ask is why? Why all of a sudden, out of the blue, is this grown man calling you and inviting you over? Now, if you're on your game, you realize that he's really looking for one thing, okay? And so let me give you an insight into why he's looking for the one thing, because this is going to make your life so much easier as you go forward. See, the need to love and the need to be loved is wired into our DNA. From the moment we come into this world as an infant, there are three things that we need. We want to know that we're safe, we need nourishment, we need food and water, and we want to know that we're loved. So every human being walking this planet, whether they will admit it or not, has the need to love and the need to be loved. But unfortunately, for a lot of people, male and female, that stuff happens early in their life, and they create these distorted beliefs about love and about relationships and about the other sex. Well, what happens for a lot of these guys is they have this need, but they just express it wrong. So in a situation like this, what is happening in the mind of the male is he's lonely. Okay, he's looking to connect with someone, and he's got no prospects. So what he does in the Rolodex of his mind is he goes back and he says, you know what? Things with Mary weren't that bad, because again, he's overlooking the bad. He doesn't want to see that. So you know what? I'll give her a call, and maybe there's a possibility there. And so what you have to realize is he's not interested in you specifically. He's interested in you to fill a void in his life. And I really want you to get this, and you might have to go back and watch this again, because he is not interested in you. He is interested in you filling that void in his heart. Now, my question to you is, do you want to be with a man who's simply looking for you to fill a void, who's not really interested in you specifically? And if you're honest, you've probably done the same thing. You've broken up with a guy, and the relationship has passed, and you're lonely, and you're still pining for him. When if you got real honest, you're going to realize that, you know what, he simply wasn't the right guy for you. And you've probably even gone back to those guys, maybe once, twice, maybe more, ultimately realizing that it never leads to where you want to go. So I'm not saying that past relationships and breakups can't work out. There are actually times where it can. But in these scenarios where a guy calls you out of the blue for no reason, what you have to realize is he's not interested in you as a person, as the individual, as the awesome woman that you are. He's simply interested in you because he's lonely. And so that's what you need to ask yourself. Do you want to be with someone under those circumstances? I really hope this helps. As always, if you know someone who can benefit from it, please pass it along. We'll see you next time. God bless.